What you heard there was the opening riff to a song of mine called The Bounce. It was on my first instrumental release on Spotify, which I'll link for you up here. And as you can see, it's played on a 7-string, but before we get into all that, let me roll my cool spiffy intro. Welcome to Music with Marky. Okay, so on the 7-string here, we have it tuned standard except for the low B string. It's tuned down a whole step to A, so you end up with E, B, G, D, A, E, and then a low A. So it's kind of like drop D, but for a 7-string. Now, the riff itself starts on the low A string, and I will put tabs below, as well as a full PDF of it in the description to the video. And we start with a quick hammer-on pull-off from the open to the 7th fret and back open again. Back on the 7, so you have 4 notes there. And then I play what would be, if it was tuned standard, a diminished. In this case, it's a minor 6th away from what I'm playing. So it's the 8th fret on the E string. Then back to the 7th fret on the low A string, open, 7. So that's one piece of the phrase, one logical piece. Now the next logical piece repeats much the same way. Open, 7, open, 7. And we go up to the 8 on the E string again, and now we tap on the 15th fret of that string. So it's... And then we pull off to the open string there, the open 8. So now you see I'm tapping, as I do it slow there with my middle finger. Usually when I play the riff, I'm a lot more comfortable tapping with this finger. So I do this kind of quick move where I move the pick in here and hold it in the crook of my finger. So I'm playing. Then I have to quick go back and get it back in my hand again. Not recommending that you do it this way, you just might have noticed me doing that. And when you do it this way, it causes you to have to do another technique, which we'll talk about in a second. So those first 2 phrases, if you think of them in 2 parts, part 1, part 2. And now if you do it with this, where you switch the pick, you'll notice when I come back to start the beginning of the 3rd phrase, I have to use my thumb to hit the open string because I don't have the pick available to do it quick enough. But if you're just using your middle finger, the pick's going to be there. So I just wanted to point that out in case you noticed it from the intro. So again, 1, 2, 1 again. And now the first ending to the riff, which is an arpeggio of an A minor add 9 chord. So it's the 5th fret on the E string. Then it's the 7th fret, so the power chord. 5, 7, 9 on the D string. And then the note C on the 5th fret of the G string. And then I'm going to do a G, the same chord form, but it's major. So then it's a G. It's the 3rd fret E string, 5th fret A string, 7th fret D string, and 4th fret on the G string. So it's an A minor, G major. And that's one whole phrase. So part 1, part 2, part 3, which is just part 1 again, and then ending number 1. Now everything repeats, and we just change the ending fill, if you will, the ending riff. So you have the same 1, 2, 1 again. And now the ending, the new 4th part, is open E string, then the 10th fret of the E string, and the 12th fret, just making a power chord here, on the A string. And then go down a whole step and make the next power chord. So it's open 8, 10, and then just 7, 9. You don't use the open string. So it's open 10, 12, open 8, 10, 7, 9. And then the whole thing repeats until the end of the riff. So I hope that made sense to you, and breaking it up into parts maybe makes it a little easier to learn if you're interested in learning Little Old Me's song anyway. Again, song's The Bounce, and it's on my Spotify channel. I hope you'll check it out and enjoy that and whatever else I got there that you might want to listen to. And until next time, guys, keep making great music.
Hey friends, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. It makes the whole world better.